still be mindful. Lightning really hurts him, and it leaves him stunned, so you can get damage in there. You don't want to go ham on him just because he's easily weakened and damaged from without any armor on. The lightning really will leave him open for you. That's the biggest issue you have, is that you attack way. Yeah, color. No problem. When his third phase happens, you do still want to be your blocky aggressive, but you don't want to go ham on him because he's easily damaged because of his no armor. You want to be able to time your jump when he goes to do his lightning, because once you get the lightning timing by pressing L1 when in midair, because you jump in midair, hit L1 when the lightning hits you, and then as you drop to the ground, you hit R1 to throw the lightning at him. If you hit him with it, it stuns him and hurts him a lot. That's your cue to get at him with a shuriken. When you throw a shuriken, hit R1 to dash at him if you're not close enough, and you'll be able to massively do some damage to him. Third phase, congrats though. He's not that bad. He's actually very easy once you learn his timings. He's actually the fight that really teaches you. I would suggest for his flurries, you want to have near no posture damage at all, if you want to plan to block all of that. Because yeah, you don't want that happening. So every time your posture is near maxed, I suggest you back off and recover it, because you don't want to have him stun you. Yellow notices the monsters on the guard. Red is aggressive, and purple is on the move, still aggressive. Falls below a certain threshold, a blue icon will appear. Large monsters will tire out after a lot of activity. Capture monster, you need first 2 Pitfall or Shock, second Trank. Right. So he's blue right now. I'm not trying to attack. I gotta get used to this. Dodge. No, I'm not very good at this. Damn it. Yeah, I don't gotta go. I'm making a lot of mistakes. I am kind of used to World, but I have been playing this. How's everybody else doing, though? I hope everybody's joined Monster Hunter Rise. I've been having fun. I'm not the best Monster Hunter at all. I'm far from that. But I have fun with it. And I'm sorry about all the boring formalities, but I just want to show them off. You're everywhere. Oh, I'm glad. I'm glad you're everywhere, Blackfire. How are you doing? Just around. Same. Just chilling. Enjoying Monster Hunter. I'm glad I don't work this weekend. Nice. Kingslayer said he didn't really enjoy Monster Hunter that much. Did you enjoy World? Because if you're ever down for some Monster Hunter World, we could, you can join us for some Monster Hunter sessions on Saturdays whenever me and Zero play and Supply plays. Or if you just want some help, I can play with you whenever. We can do some co-op streams of Monster Hunter World if you're down for it. But yeah, if you're ever free Saturdays, Zero and me and Supply play Monster Hunter. So far, we've been playing it consistently. And even if he doesn't join, me and Zero can definitely play and you can join us. You're down to join us anytime. Sprinkles! Oh, yes. I was enjoying it. Yeah, it's difficult by myself immediately. Well, it definitely was difficult for me at first, too. Don't feel bad. Like, Monster Hunter, the earlier Monster Hunters are even harder. Monster Hunter World is definitely, like, newbies, baby's first Monster Hunter, essentially. So I can understand that. It is tough. It may be the easier Monster Hunter game, but it is still tough. It has moments where it still is tough. But the older ones are way, way harder. But, like, there's a reasons why I barely did anything in Monster Hunter Freedom Unite. Because, like, it was my first Monster Hunter game, and it's tough. But, like, Monster Hunter World is definitely better for new players. You remind me of that commercial. Where the guy at the end's like, sprinkles! So we got expedition tours. Quests where you're free to explore without time limit. If anyone calls you to fail them, so you're a great opportunity to gather materials or take pictures. You return to the village by select complete. Time passes, small monsters, outbreaks, surges occur. You can check the locale. Yeah. So we're gonna do an expedition. We can do daytime. Yeah, you can take pictures in this. You got your room in this game where you can set up like plaques, I guess, or scrolls, and you can have like pictures of that monsters and stuff that you've fought or whatever. It's pretty neat. I want to decorate my room out. Some new content for me. Thank you. Yeah. Lobbies, player, congregate, all players, accept village quests. This is basically how you, I guess, send word out to other people when you want to play online. So you can play online, you can play locally, or you can open up your friends list, that kind of thing. Add-on content. We got that. I bought the deluxe edition, so. I'm not gonna read every dialogue. I am taking care of those, though. Upgrading your armor. This guy's your smithy for the hub. Gathering hub. So here's your hub counter. So if you want to play with people. I think you can see friends here as well. I could be wrong. I don't know how it works in this. But this is an check available quests. This is kind of like in Monster Hunter Freedom Unite, there was the hub thing you go to, and you can go to like a counter like this, similar to this, where you can play online. So it's different than Monster Hunter World, where it's like select a quest and have a friend join you right then and there, or if you're playing story, you gotta wait for a cutscene. This is, you got a separate thing. Even though there is a gathering hub in Monster Hunter World where you can see your friends and select quests from there. And then there's like different quests that you select in that hub as well. Like there's event quests and stuff, or there's arena quests. This is completely cut off. So doing the quests outside that I was doing, those are all pure solo. So these are online quests that I can do. Well, potentially. So here's you eating. Bunny Dango at the tea shop. Gain extra health and stamina. Even activate Dango skills if you're lucky. Dango effects will wear off once you complete a quest or return to Komori. You can eat while you're in your tent as well. Which Dango skills is activated as well as probability of activating differs for each Dango. You can aim for particular effects by making use of daily Dango, which changes with each quest. Pick the right one for the job. So each one has different effects. We got Emo Dango. Increase the amount of Zen you receive, yes. Speeds up weapon sharpening, slightly increases health from recovery items, increases the quantity of honey, prevents you from getting knocked in your butt, damage dealt by kunai, helps your weapon retain sharpness, yes. Sometimes decreases damage taken. We're gonna slightly recover health. Register sets. Order. And here's the food porn and Monster Hunter Rise. It's not as food porny and epic, but it's adorable. I know, don't it? With the... What are those called? I see them eating that in Naruto a lot. Little kebabs things. Visit a nuclear fog. Be scared by fog. No monsters lurk in the fog. Hunt before, indicated by a generic icon on your map. Let's see. Just in case I don't want to accidentally use it, because I don't really like the reticle. This just makes it easier for me to find. So this is a great wire bug. This thing allows me to scale higher areas in one go. Or, you know, I could just do that and go. So they make things faster. Like, I just got all those in one run instead of having to, like, hit it a bunch of times. I usually just spam the button, but they made some of that faster. I like that. In fact, I completely kind of went... probably must have skimmed over the fact that you could just... I must not have noticed it when I would hit the L button to go into the menu, because I actually was kind of like, why can't I just see everything on the map? But I kind of just... I'm blind, so I kind of did not pay attention and did not see that. Also, I was playing... Most of the time I've been playing, I was playing half asleep. Like... from other nights streaming and just not getting much sleep. So, like, last night was only, like, 5 or 6 hours of sleep, but still I'm more rested than I have been in the past few weeks, to be honest. So, that's probably why I didn't really pay attention to it, because I haven't been sleeping the best. What the hell is this? Also, no scout flies, so get used to that. A very easy Monster Hunter for babies. I didn't mean to do that. Where's my weapon away, please? God damn it. I gotta get used to playing with a controller instead of the Joy-Con. What the hell? Can I not scale the rest of that? Where's this? It's up there, I know that. Why am I having a moment of derping here? character should easily... Oh, there it is. I'm dumb. I'm just trying to collect things. They kind of remind me of those balls with sweet bean paste, bamboo or something. Yeah, whatever the name of it was, I forgot. They're definitely like rice ball dumplings or whatever, similar to it. Alright, we got spider webs, which are useful. And here's a secret little cabbie. Got my little thunderbug. Can ride my little pet. Go around collecting, because I can collect on the go instead of being an ass about it. Camera's not a thing I can control when I'm in that menu, so that's going to take some time getting used to. But we are going to go collecting a bit. That's what expeditions are for. That's okay, though. That's all a monster hunter is. You've got to collect, collect, collect. If you want to get any good things. What side quests do I have? I'm so used to A being the middle down button instead of A being the left or right side button. Ugh, so many other controllers with different buttons, like X or whatever. A is basically circle. Ugh. You can tell I'm more used to PlayStation. Okay. I know you can also change your buttons, but then I'm just gonna get very confused. So that's not gonna help. Yeah, baby. They fill it with desserts topped like bean paste and ice cream. Oh, that's nice. That's cool. Oh, yeah, the other side of this. That's it. Oh, there we go. Oh, I could have just gone that way. But, where's my little bug friend? There's my little bug friend. Huh. Forgot all about that, actually. I don't know what I was hanging into in midair, but that's alright, I'll take it. At this point, I'm collecting the same items. Let's go do it and then progress. Alright, cool. Let's progress now. I only wanted one of all those items, and I ended up going up the hard way. I'm not getting everything, but I want a handful of stuff. can't scale that. And I know a lot of other streamers are playing Monster Hunter, and I'm not the best at it. So I'm definitely not gonna be getting any craziness out of it. At least not the level of I was Monster Hunter World. You know, to be honest though, I play games for fun, and I do it for fun. A lot of people may play massive games because it gets them things, or they'll stop playing something because it doesn't gain enough things. I play mainly for fun. If it doesn't gain anything, so be it. I'm not going to sit there and play something that is definitely saturated. That's not going to... That's no fun for me. I've had a lot of people tell me to play Fortnite and shit, and it's like, yeah, no. No thanks. That's not gonna get me anywhere, either. I'm just gonna get bored and frustrated because I'm bad at PvP and versing and shit. That's not my cup of tea either. Yeah, now that you think about it, I don't really recall Blood. That would make sense. Monster Hunter is definitely more geared towards new players and everything, and they usually tone down a lot of the stuff in those kind of games. But there is some Blood, yeah. But I never really paid attention to a lot of that. And I'm not surprised Monster Hunter World doesn't have blood. Hi. Got it, the smoke. Nah, it doesn't. Damn it, I'm fucking aiming on that. Oh shit, hello. Mount monster. Let's go. I meant to hit B. come on. Oh no, don't kill me. Wow. That's my first death here. Yeah, I'm not doing too well. I'm not great at these games, and I barely already dodge as is, just because that's just my playstyle. Like, my god. I was getting very careless with him. Like, I don't already like the dodging in these games anyway. But I'm also very just bad. I haven't died yet. That was my first death. But I'm not good at Monster Hunter. Anyway. So. And I failed the riding command because I forgot about B, and I hit A instead. Oh my god. Yeah. It's death. There's no technical game over. You just lose if you fail to faint enough times in an actual mission. So yeah, I can understand them not calling it a death, but that's because you get saved. You don't technically die because you get carded. You get saved by your pelican or whatever. I gotta get better. And I always miss fully with that because I go right through him. You'll find a relic records that contain series of old messages. These records contain kernels of history about the region you viewed in your notebook in the hunter's notes. Seemingly also interesting news. Try talking to him once. Wow, that's... I have not found that before yet. Huh. Interesting. That's new. I have yet to see that myself. I wonder if that actually shows up. Cool. Baby Jagra. No, Jagras. Baby thing. That's not a Jagras. Izuna something. Izuchi. Ah! Can you not? It'd be nice if my character would roll. Not just be stunned there for a second. That's my fault. Oh, come on, man. God. I get it, I get it, I get it, I get it! What the hell? I rolled, I did... God. I know, God, I'm bad. Fuck. Really, Monster Hunter World is definitely far easier than this. That's a problem, because I am trying to get better at this. I'm not that bad. It's just, comparatively, I'm ass, though. Another reason why I didn't really like Monster Hunter when I first played Freedom Unite, though, is I'm not good at the timing of things and hitting enemies. Like, it's awkward for me in the older games. This is new, but still kind of harkens back to the older games. Damage is fine. My skills are ass. What the hell? And I always attack bad at the wrong timing. This is just this guy. Why is he giving... Oh my God. You know why I'm failing? I'm on stream! I didn't fail at all when I was fighting normally. Because, of course. And I'm not going to say I'm using that as an excuse, but I always do worse when I stream. Of course. I can't ever do... Oh, why is the curse always affecting me? Yeah, there's your Jagras. I have yet to encounter the big, great Jagras, but, you know. Oh, look at that little long beetle. The hell? Killed you. Like, what? Took one hit and you died. That's how I feel, stupid. I'm just trying to mess with it. That's how I feel. I am very subconscious. I also have performance anxiety, so whenever I do bad and feel like I'm not doing good enough, I always work myself up. And that's... And people... I know people don't like that, hearing that, unfortunately. That's how I get. There's no reason I should be doing bad against this thing. That should have been much easier than it was. No, it wasn't even hard. I just fucking was making a lot of dumb mistakes. Getting hurt, getting hit way too much. And I failed to mount because I hit A instead of B. And I could easily change that, but then I would be hitting B anyway. That always happens. It probably would be easier for me if I were to change up the controls, but I usually like to play with the set controls. Just because then it's just... That's what they teach you. Time devoured the people's shrines and prayers, but eventually pure water and rich soil returned to nurture new life. Okay. Excuse me. We need to gather more bones. We need to slay another large monster, and we need to fucking ride on 3 monsters. I also need to not fail Oh, I need to get more steak. Well, let's eat this one then, I guess.
ネルダ・ラガスニュリだ
That was not my dog. Excuse me.
はいタラーサ
Oh, Jesus, that's a golden egg. You can wire dash while supported. That'd be very useful. Golden egg. That's probably worth a lot of money. Damn, if only I selected the transport item subquest. Aha, that's my second victim there. I killed the chicken that laid the golden egg. I like it. Kill another Azeros for more things. I need to start farming for traps and things. Hello, you dumb dodo. You're gonna give me meat. Stop pooping eggs! Don't want your eggs, dude. Eggs!
アイジトラ
Let's give this stupid shit another try. Got it. Don't really understood the timing for that with my headset on and playing and streaming. It's a lot easier when I'm not because it's not delayed. Slightly. I did stop a bit early, but there's a visual cue too, and I just gotta pay attention to it. And I'm not as good at that. I'm usually better with the sound. Hey, Jagrai. Little baby Jagras. Oi! Rude, rude, rude. Alright, fine. You're a lot easier to kill with me on.
アイ タラーサ
Hello? Hello? Hello, 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 hello. Falafacus. Snuffleupagalalapolis. I wanna fight your master eventually. You masturbator. You masturbate, bait, bait, baiter. Dog? Sometimes you don't work.
タラーサアイ
Ooh, Thunderbug. Thunderbug! Oh, Fuck. I didn't realize that happened. Yes. Hey, kitty. Ooh, what the heck? Junk pile. Oh, we got bombed there. Ooh, BAMs! We can make BAMs. We have BAMs! Wow. Spider web. Spider webs. Oh, those are good for making fine traps. Well, netting for that. We got perish rooms. We got little squirrels. Stink monks. Yeah, they're good for luring. So if you this can result in by luring monsters into proximity of another monster. Yeah, you can. You can also be very smart with your luring because you can lure them with those stink bugs, those poop squirrels. You can also lure them into other monsters, and then you can put them in a mountable state. I'm not that creative, so I probably won't be working stuff like that out, but I like to fight my monsters the way I fight them. I'm not very creative when it comes to, like, throwing poop at my monsters and such, but that's helpful for luring monsters to you, I guess. Oh, wait, I wanted... Oh, there's a lightning bug, too. A thunder bug, too. We got... These are what I need for traps. Then I gotta save up money to buy trap tools. I hope there's a nice way to freaking cultivate. That'd be cool. I really like the cultivation. And yeah, I don't care if that game's easier. It's probably my... Out of all the ones I have played so far, Freedom Unite, the one on the 3DS, Monster Hunter 3D or whatever, or Ultimate Generations, and World, and this World is by far my favorite, just because it is definitely, yes, it's more geared towards newbies, but I just like the fights in that. But I also like what else it offers, like co-op, easy co-op, more overall co-op with straight up every mission. And the cultivation is just nice. It's not so much that it's easier is the reason I like it. I just think it's just a better experience for me. No, it's not. It's action. FF7 Remake is action RPG. It plays similar to how 13 does, where you have, well, 13's kind of still turn-based, but it's action timed-based 13. Like, there's the, 13 has the time gauge, or the ATB gauge thing, where even though it's completely action RPG at this point, so you're running around similar to how Kingdom Hearts is, but it has these action time battle gauges where if they build up, your character can do their attacks. So you can't just willy-nilly freely like do like skills or your magic without building up your ATB gauge. So that's what I meant by like it's similar to 13 in that regard, I guess. But it's much better than the original, in my opinion. Like if you're into that, if you don't like, if you prefer turn-based, which 7 isn't fully turn-based, it is action timed. It's free, but I don't know if I'd like it. As you said, X2 was a yeah. X2 is another good place to start if you want to experience action timed battle instead of pure action combat. Because here's the difference. Final Fantasy VII plays similar to how Kingdom Hearts does. Turn-based is a turn-off. Okay, yeah. Final Fantasy VII Remake plays similar to how Kingdom Hearts does, where you fight monsters or enemies. Like, you go into like a little battle thing though. Like, you fight monsters in an arena, and then you go in. You have like this little separate thing, and then like you build up your ATB gauge or whatever, and then you can do your character's special abilities or their magic abilities, and you're able to freely swap between the party members in fights. So you can use Barrett for certain enemies that are like far away, or you can swap to Cloud to do attacks on certain enemies, or you could swap to Tifa and just punch the shit out of things, or you can literally freely only control one character, but you can also select another character you want to do an attack with. So if you want to use Cloud, you can do an attack with him. Then you can swap to Barrett and have a couple attacks with him, and you can swap to another character, do a couple attacks with him. Or if you fight with just Cloud only, you can select other characters who you want to do an attack with. So you can have one character amp up magic from a distance, or you can have another character do an attack while you focus on using one character. So you basically freely control your entire party, and you can have them queue up attacks, or you can freely swap. Say one character's downed, getting fucked by another enemy, you can swap to a different character and come in from a different angle and start attacking them from that way. It's cool because you're freely able to control your party members at will. I was looking for gameplay of 7's Remake and the fights. Yeah, they're very fun. It's action in terms of that regard. It's action like Devil May Cry is. That's why I was comparing it to Kingdom Hearts, because Kingdom Hearts is another action RPG, but its combat style is actually more fun than Kingdom Hearts is by far. It's not a combo game. Oh, visually? I can kind of see it. I'm bad at explaining games, but like, yeah, like you can have you can literally just control one party member, and then you can queue up attacks from your other party members without actively controlling them, or you can control and swap characters on the fly and just do moves, and then play as that character, but you can freely activate other characters' abilities and moves without actively staying as them, which is really cool. So you can literally, if your characters all get their limit breaks at one time, you can literally all have your characters visually limit break everybody or whatever. But there's also a stagger mechanic that 13 has as well, where basically if you fill up their gauge, you'll stun a monster or an enemy or a boss and be able to fuck them up for massive damage. It's cool. But I think you would really like that. Action timed combat is basically it still kind of has a turn-based thing where certain turns your characters will take their turn, but if you literally let the game sit there, you will get attacked. It's not pure turn-based like how 10 is, or how the original Final Fantasies were, where it's like, okay, this character attacks, this character attacks, this character attacks, and then after that, after all the characters have chosen their attacks, that's when your round goes. With 10-2, you have a meter that fills that determines who's going to go, and then you choose that attack, and then even before you choose all three of your party members' attacks, your character will make their attack. So you can literally have one character attack in 10-2, and then choose all your other party members to do their attacks, and then they'll go in that order. But it's not turn-based where it's like, okay, this character attacks, and then the entire game is halted. You can literally sit there like this in Final Fantasy X and literally thought out, okay, I want to do magic with this character, I want to do magic with this character, I want to attack physically with this character, and then plan that out without any worry. In games like Final Fantasy 7, 8, 9, 10-2, you know, stuff like that, everything is still it's active. But Final Fantasy VII's remake, it's completely action. So it's completely different from that regard. You're literally you're kind of like running around like a big field, unlike 10-2, 13, where it's still, your characters are literally standing there, but it's, yeah, if that makes sense. Your characters still stand in one position. You know, how like Pokemon is, for instance, or whatever. But they have it where enemies will attack you if you sit there. But 10-2 is a very good place to start if you want to try action-timed battle instead of just pure turn-based. But if you want to stay away from that even, Final Fantasy VII Remake is for you then. Because that game, you're literally running around in a field fighting random monsters and bosses and such. But I wanted to say 10-2 is a great start, or even 5 if you want to try out action-timed combat. They also have job class systems where you can mix and match different jobs like mage and warrior and such. Ten-2 is just my favorite game. Not everyone likes that game. Same with 13, but it's me. You'll eventually see me play them. But 10 is still a very good game, but if you don't really like turn-based at all, you wouldn't like 10. As 10 goes back to the turn-based formula. And I get it, Final Fantasy needs to evolve. If it didn't go to this new route that all of that 15 has, which is 15's the one that started the whole new combat style that it is, and then 7 is refining it, or Remake is refining it, and then 16's most likely going to go to that route as well, and if it doesn't, Final Fantasy is going to die. And that's why Pokemon is dying. In my opinion, Pokemon is dying because they're not doing anything new with it. All they're doing is taking in different types of ideas and then taking it out of next generation games. Like Mega Evolution and Dynamaxing. Like, they took out Mega Evolution in the new games. And then Dynamax is probably going to be a thing to Sword and Shield only. And then they're remaking Diamond and Pearl, so that's going to go back to that type of gameplay style, which is, you know, well, it's still turn-based, but it's still, they're probably not going to have Mega Evolution, and they're probably not going to have Dynamax. So they're just trying different things, but they're not changing up the combat. And it's getting stale. Not only that, they're not changing up the story either. It's get your badges, fight your Elite Four, and collect Pokemon. That is it. No, it's not. Like, it's literally not changing up a damn thing. And it's dying. Its formula is getting old. Sun and Moon tried to change up the formula with the thing where it's your Pokemon HMs are tied to certain little Pokemon you can ride on. Certain Pokemon you can ride, and they'll give you that HM, kind of like how Let's Go Eevee and Pikachu were. I liked that, but I also hated it at the same time. Because it felt stupid. It wasn't implemented the way I would like. They also took out badges. They made it to where you battle these different island leaders. And then you gotta, instead of battling a team of Pokemon, you battled like their strongest member and you beat them, and then you get like this. Then you are able to progress through a certain barricade that they block off. And then you go to these different island challenges for that. And I prefer badges over that. Like, it was a nice change of pace, but it just felt the implementation of that was awful. I'm not a big fan of Sun and Moon for that reason. Hey, dude. Hey. What the hell am I doing rolling back into him? That's why I like combat. Like, I prefer action RPG combat over turn-based any day. But I do love turn-based. I'm a grinder, heart through and through. But it is getting old with Pokemon. They are literally not doing anything new. See, they're making a new Pokemon game, though. The Legend of Arceus, which is an open-worlded Pokemon game. They're literally comparing it to Breath of the Wild because of the title. The title, or the screenshot they used is you looking over a field. So there's a meme going around where all the games have a similar, like, title card or screenshot of your character looking over a field. So it's gonna feel like Pokemon meets Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. You're gonna basically, it's a prequel to Pokemon in general. So it's gonna explain how you become friends with Pokemon, to how you train them, to how Pokeballs were made, I guess. It's dating back to the ages of when Arceus created the land of Sinnoh and how Pokemon came to be and a lot of nonsense. So I'm curious how that's gonna play out. But it's open world, and apparently. So you're gonna literally throw Pokeballs and capture Pokemon in a vastly different manner. It's not going to be you run into a Pokemon and you throw a Pokeball at it. It's going to be you see a Pokemon on the overworld and you throw a Pokeball at it. You fight it or whatever. So this, finally, something different. And it's a main Pokemon game. This ain't no spin-off or whatever. I don't really consider a lot of Pokemon games spin-offs, even though they're not made by Nintendo or different companies throughout. Just because a lot of the spin-offs, like Stadium and those, still bring in the same formula of battling. The only true spin-offs to me are Conquest and, say, Mystery Dungeon, or the games that aren't Pokemon. Those kind of games. That and Snap. But the Pokemon games like Stadium and whatever else, those still feel like, while they're not Pokemon, Nintendo, and Game Freak, they still have the same I'm battling a Pokemon or whatever. They may not be I'm getting gym badges and such, but I don't really consider something a spin-off until it changes up entirely what the game is. And that's not always the truth, but that's just what it is. That's not really what spin-off means. Spin-off means it's just a side game that was born of something of the original. But it's finally something different, and it's a main title game too, along with the new remakes of Diamond and Pearl. Here's the thing, though. I heard that Game Freak is not remastering Diamond and Pearl, remaking Diamond and Pearl. They're doing the Legend of Arceus, from what I read. Unless I misread that and it's the other way around. But I believe that's what I read. Because a lot of people are disliking the style that they chose. Here's the thing about Pokemon that everyone is pissed about. They're tired of how Pokemon's graphic styles changed, and yet they want this more of the same. And guess what happened? Diamond and Pearl Remake is giving us more of the same. And you know what people are? Mad again. Because I'm actually liking the way they made it. It goes back to Diamond and Pearl's, like, chibi aesthetic, and I'm liking what they're doing with that. And yet, people are mad again. People are just fucking happy. Oh, we want more of the same. I'm tired of this new Pokemon look. Sword and Shield looks like ass. Looks fine. It looks better than Sun and Moon, in my opinion. Actually, it's very similar, but it looks far better than that to me. Like, I had no problem with the graphics and the art style. It was fine. People just complain about the dumbest things. It's Pokemon. It's Nintendo. They're not graphic heavy at all. We want more of the same. Oh, I hate Diamond and Pearl's remakes. They're going back to the old style. It's chibiness. Ah! couldn't see that. I'm gonna die again to this thing. Why am I getting so wrecked by a stupid easy monster? This guy's not even hard, but I'm like, God, I'm just not doing well right now. What's with the smoke bomb? Azeros has appeared. I'm gonna complete this. I don't know why I was doing so bad though. Like I'm doing fine in my other file. I have not died yet. I don't know. It's 'cause I'm dreaming. No, I'm also trying to be a bit more entertaining. It is what it is. It is what it is. Ow. Yeah. Quest already, yeah. Yep, me got a little another. Blah, 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 blah. How about fellow citizens a chance? Man, it's seriously on Long Island Hunt Grounds. Imagine why. I'm proving your... Yeah, I know. I was doing terrible, sir. You must notice. Facility, you can upgrade materials. Yeah, we all know this. Yeah, you can add items to wish lists. So, if you don't know what wish listing is in this game, is if you want a certain weapon or armor or whatever, you can add it to your wish list. So that way, when you get the parts for it, you'll be notified that you got the parts for that for that item or whatever. Weapons can be created at the smithy. Select a weapon to forge. In either case, materials and money are needed. Upgrade weapons can be rolled back to the original state. Choose a weapon in yellow icon. Smithy's weaponry to select roll back. It's no different. No different. Upgrade. So we're gonna forge that. That's better than my weapon. We got forge. So this weapon is the best one out of those. So this one goes up to 60 upgraded. This one starts at 70. And then this one starts at 80. So then all we need is one more jumbo bone and we can get the Azarus axe. That's what I have on my main guy. Upgrade armor requires stones. A lot of that's common stuff. So we're gonna forge that. We're gonna forge that. I think I went with the dual chains. Oh, nice. Dual sword or whatever, yeah. Very good starting weapon for new players. They're quick, and they can do a lot of damage in their powered up state, their demon state, or whatever you want to call it. We got that equipped and that equipped. I guess we'll make these. Yeah, I love being able to attack and look at XP. I like my weapons. The switch axe is pretty quick, but it's still much slower than that. And it's much faster, in my opinion, than, say, the longsword or whatnot. It has, to me it is anyway. It's more effective for me. And it's faster DPS than that, in my opinion. It may not be, but to me it seems like. It may not be when it comes to more experienced players. I'm just not good with the longsword's attacks. Not yet. But I do prefer my slower weapons, usually. I'm just not good with the great swords in this game yet, until I actually start using it. But I do like my switch axe, because that's what I've gotten used to. There's an event in World for Witcher where you can actually play as Geralt. You don't have to. They give you an option to when you activate the Witcher event in Monster Hunter World. But there is a Witcher event in that game. You actually get to fight a Leshen. Never played a Witcher game, but still. Geralt is in that game. Briefly. They have Final Fantasy event, they have a Horizon Zero Dawn event, they have Devil May Cry event, they have a Mega Man event. Most of those events get you certain armor for that character. So the DMC event gets you Dante's armor and weapon. There's Geralt, or the Witcher event allows you to fight the Leshen and or be Geralt, but also gives you his armor. There's a Mega Man event where you can get your Palico to look like Mega Man Classic. There's a Horizon Zero Dawn event where you can get Aloy's armor set and bow. There's a Street Fighter event where you can get Sakura and Ryu's outfit. And then a Final Fantasy event, you can face Behemoth and have have your Palico look like a Moogle. Pretty cool. Upgrade my armor. Okay, we need those. Yes. Not worthwhile. Okay. You got some armor for me. Thank you for securing. Now you once finished, be able to use it as a new base of operations. Should be ready for your next quest. Yeah. All right. Unlock Shrine Ruins Subcamp. I didn't do that for some reason in my other file. Somehow. May I take a glimpse at it? I see. Fascinating. Immensely fascinating indeed. This is an old message, a trace legacy of bygone eras, most obscure. Ostensibly, this record contains someone's story yet undiscovered that makes it an invaluable item. For the longest time, perhaps influenced by my trade, I have sought such annals to broaden my understanding of the world. If you would be so kind to show me any others you come across, I'd be glad enough token as small as it may be. The adventure of these old messages are fragmented into smaller notes, which lie in places remote, unaccustomed to human activities. I wish you luck in your hunt. Where's my gift? Spend money at the market, acquire useful items. Ooh. Sometimes you'll return from a quest and Margo will hold a sale during sales. He also has a lottery, yada yada. This has amiibo support. I have yet to try any of my amiibos. I don't know if they work or if you need Monster Hunter amiibos, which I haven't seen any for. Pay with money. Bingo! Oh, shit. Thank you. I'm buying some trap tools there, friend. That's not going to that. That's going to my items. I am spending myself broke. Give me. Actually, so... Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So we got more wyvern riding and gathering bones to do. Gathering mushrooms, account item. Large monster hunting, slaying. Blah, 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 blah. Complete 2 quests in the Shrine Ruins. We just completed none of those expeditions. We completed this. And when we completed those, now we have village quests to do. We gotta look for roly-poly lanterns. Deliver 8 fire lanterns. Fungal frustrations. And there's Jagras again. Oh yeah, layered armor. We all know what layered armor is. Change layered. So we got my layered armor, which is like the download content if you buy the special edition or whatever. This, I forgot what it's called, but it's the more expensive edition. 70 bucks or whatever. But all it is a layer armor. It doesn't affect your stats at all, and I actually kind of don't like it. Just in case. Okay. We all know I'm not the best already at this. I'm gonna get off for the night. I did some fun. Tomorrow we'll continue this some more. Sorry, I know I didn't do too great. You know, I have fun. This is fun. Hopefully I get better at this game though. And not just by myself. But I am down for any Monster Hunter World co-op. If you are, chocolate chip sometime. I am down. I'm not saying I'm not doing fine. I just don't like that I got fucked by that thing so easily and so badly to the point where I died. That's all I'm getting at. I could be better than that. It just that's just me. It just I need to feel like I need to be better. That's all. My Wi-Fi was being slow. Supply said in Discord that my Wi-Fi was being slow. Or is I think his is. I'm not sure if he means me or him. My Wi-Fi's been sucky. But anyway. No, I know I'm doing all right. I'll get better at this. I'm just not particularly great at some of these older styled Monster Hunter games, and this is a similar thing. Monster Hunter will be fun. Yeah, if we find time. Oh, I'm down anytime. Whenever you're able. He's a VTuber. Nice. We're gonna give him a follow. We're gonna go and raid a guy that was joined me for Half-Life. We're gonna go send him some love. Well, he's currently on that himself. I'm gonna go raid some Bastion Snugs, because he's a cool streamer himself. Send him some love, and he joined my Discord. He's a VTuber as well, so have fun, guys. I said I'd raid him. And he joined the Discord, so we have a new friend. Oh, good one. You as well.